virus seems to be spreading quickly throughout the Midwest. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, crying, and an overwhelming urge to consume as much beer and cheese as possible to cope. It seems to be primarily located in Wisconsin, but isolated incidents seem to be scattered throughout the country. It's called Bears Are Back disease, and it's causing many Green Bay residents to lose sleep. Hey everybody, I'm Brian from the Moonstamp Cast. My other podcast host, is actually out with the flu today, so I'll be flying solo. Wow, what a fun weekend that was. Every game at least had some drama. Every playoff game had some drama so far. There's still the Texans game to play tonight, which, if you're listening to the pod, we already know the result, but if you're seeing this intro clip, then, well, predictions below, I guess. As a Texans fan, I'm very nervous about tonight's game, but let's jump back to the Bears real quick. Honestly, the first thing I thought about the Bears in general for this whole season is last season is like, this is going to get nerdy, Lord of the Rings when Rohan is at Helm's Deep and Caleb Williams is Aragorn in this situation, and they're getting their ass kicked. It's bad, and then all of a sudden on the I forgot what day it is. That's a bad look, but they look out and they see Gandalf, aka Ryan Poles, at the top of the hill, and he says, "Caleb King stands alone." And then Eomer rides up next to Ryan Poles. Instead of Eomer, it's Ben Johnson, and he goes, "Not alone." And then they charge, and it's turned the whole thing around. Ben Johnson really has saved that franchise and saved Caleb Williams' career. Now, listen, rookie 1 year. I don't know if I should say saved his career, but Caleb Williams looks like everything promised to be working with Ben Johnson. And man, Bears fans should be excited. Beating your biggest rival in the first round of playoffs, that's got to feel good. And honestly, I love it. I love the hate I love the handshake from Ben Johnson and stuff. This is as an outside observer, a Houston fan, right? Like, I have no real, what's it called? Real something in the battle. I don't remember. Anyways, outside observer, just watching them, it's incredible, and I love that Ben Johnson did this petty ass handshake and then was in the locker room saying "fuck the Packers." That rivalries are supposed to be filled with hatred, and they're supposed to be that makes them fun. Rivalries are what makes sports fun in a lot of no, not exclusively rivalries, but rivalries mean so much to the game. And I feel like over the past couple years, compared to the early 2000s, maybe early 2010s as well, rivalries have kind of plateaued. And yes, that's hilarious coming from me, seeing as Notre Dame and USC couldn't come to an agreement to continue to play. Hopefully we can get back together in 2030 and continue that ass whooping that we've delivered to them. But rivalries are supposed to be these ultra passionate, crazy games. I will say the AFC North, the AFC, NFC North, both AFC and NFC North and the NFC East seem to keep that alive. But I guess the Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan stuff too is also fun. But rivalries are supposed to be important, and they're supposed to be hate-filled. You're supposed to despise the other team and the other staff and the other coaches and everything. Because even if you take out like the whole, like, we don't like them and they don't like us, coaches have to fall in line with that, because they're like, if I lose to them, that's like losing 3 extra games on the year. A loss to, as a Bears fan, as a loss to the Texans, as an example. That sucks. We lost the game. I'm sorry. Everyone's upset with me. A loss to the Packers. Oh man. It's the whole city of Chicago just is quiet. They're just upset. It's rivalry supposed to mean something. So I love the move by Ben Johnson. People are mad about it. Ooh, classless. I don't give a shit. Let rivalries be rivalries. That's all I really have on Caleb Williams looks incredible. He looks everything is advertised, as I said earlier. If I'm a Bears fan, I'm excited. It's only going to get better. Ben Johnson has really turned this team around, and you've got Caleb Williams for another 3 years under a rookie contract if you pick up his 5th year. You've got time to build. Everyone's going to learn. He's going to learn the system better. You've got time to build a better defense, I should say. The Bears are going to be scary, and it would not surprise me if they make the Super Bowl within the next 3 years. That's how much I see the potential in Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, and if they can just get a defense. Now their defense has been great this year, but the outlier there is that they've had to rely on 2 to 3 turnovers a game, which is not. It's hard to keep that up. It really is hard to keep that up. If you can guarantee 2 to 3 turnovers a game, most teams aren't losing more than 7 games, guaranteed. Oh, less than that, probably more than 5 games. I think they went 12-5, so that's about right then. I don't really have anything else on that game. Just good for the Bears, man. It's funny how the playoffs work, right? We have almost an entire division in the divisional round in the NFC. Has it ever happened? No, it can't have happened. I don't think a whole division has ever made playoffs before, have they? But it would be so funny to see one day if they would have to win the division, and then they'd have to win the 3 wildcard spots, and then they all go and play whoever, and they all win the division leaders, and then you could have an AFC North, or in this case, AFC West, if the Cardinals were worth a shit, entire divisional round in the NFC. That'd be crazy, man. I was just talking about rivalries. Packers, Bears for the NFC Championship might be what I want the most. Sorry. I can't tell if my mic's working. Uh-oh. This is bad podcast. Okay. What's the one? I think it is. I think I just turned it down a little bit. Oh, well. It's fine. I'll just crank the volume a little bit on the actual pod. Back to podcasting. See, I'm going to try and make it 20 minutes, 8 minutes in. Panthers. We'll transition over to the Panthers. Panthers. You almost beat the Rams. That game was incredible. Everyone had you counted out. You were a 10-point underdog, and you almost beat them. That's crazy, and you should be excited, Panthers fans. This is a launch pad moment. You take this momentum and you roll it into the offseason, and you roll it into next year, and we saw flashes of Bryce Young that we never thought we'd see after his first 2 seasons. We thought, oh, this man's done. He looks good, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I still think we ended up with the better quarterback, but let's see. The Panthers, it's not the Bucs division anymore. The Panthers are on the uptick, and the Buccaneers have been on the downtick. So next year's going to be interesting, especially with Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young dueling for the division is fun. It sucks that they had to sit there and wait and look at the Saints and Falcons game to see who would win the division, but it made for a very entertaining Week 18. Josh Allen will transitioning over to Bills Jaguars, which also was a phenomenal game. Josh Allen willed that team to victory. And that's all I really have on that. It was go back if you have the means and watch that game, and there's no real talking about it. It was just a back and forth heavyweight fight. Jaguars, unfortunately, I think this is just the beginning for them. I think Trevor Lawrence has taken those steps forward. It has become the thing that was promised and thought to be, and he's just missing a couple more pieces, a couple more things to go their way, a couple bounces to go their way, and I think they're a legit Super Bowl contender next year, man. They're scary, and as the AFC South I get ready in a couple years. It might be a division up there with some of the best divisions in football. Give it a couple more years. To kind of get, it's going to depend what the Colts do at quarterback, but and Titans at coaching, I guess. But Cam Ward showed some promise. If Daniel Jones is back for the Colts and it plays like he was in the first half of the season, the Colts are going to be dangerous. And the Jaguars just looked like the best team in the AFC South for the whole season, at least. Because we looked like trash out of the gate. Then our offense went up and down, but our defense was carrying us. The AFC South could get a lot of fun in these next couple of years as the dog fights continue. Patriots game. The Patriots game was kind of yucky, if I'm being completely honest. It was not the best game in the world to watch, but it was football. It's not the last game of the week because we still have the Texans Steelers tonight. Or if you're listening to this, we will know the results of the Texans Steelers game. So maybe it was a good game, maybe it wasn't. But it felt like after the first 4 games that we had, the Rams Panthers, great game. Packers Bears, great game. Jaguars Bills, great game. 49ers Eagles, great game. It just kind of felt bad. They shouldn't have been the Sunday. I don't know why they were the Sunday night game. The Bills and Jaguars should have been Sunday night, and Patriots and Chargers should have been, I don't know, the 12 o'clock game, but I guess they're a West Coast team. But why do they get the benefit of that? I don't fucking, whatever. Yeah, I guess they're a West Coast team, but they were playing in the East Coast. I don't know. I think the Jaguars Bills should have been the Sunday night game, and now it's going to determine what Texans are, or if the Steelers go on. Then we'll find out the schedule for next week. There's a chance that the Texans host the AFC Championship this year. We need to win tonight. Nope, never mind. I forgot the Patriots won. Never mind. That's dead. We don't. Yeah, wait. No, we can still host the AFC Championship. I forgot. My bad. That was for this week. To host the AFC Championship, we need the Bills to go into the Broncos. We need to win tonight, obviously. Then the Bills have to go to the Broncos and beat them, and then we have to beat the Patriots, and then we will host the Bills for the AFC Championship and a shot at going to the playoffs or to the Super Bowl. That would scare the shit out of me. That would be our first AFC Championship appearance, and I would love it, but I would be very scared. Because if the Bills start catching fire, the Bills are Josh Allen is the most dangerous quarterback in the playoffs right now. Bar none. Purdy looked good. Stafford looked great. Caleb looked amazing too. Okay, maybe I overreached, but I don't know. Josh Allen heating up is different level than all these guys, man. Josh Allen on a heater he's the most dangerous quarterback in the league. And they didn't have their run game going last night either. They love to lean on that run game, but they did not have that going yesterday very much. They couldn't get Cook going, and if Cook gets going, that team's so fucking dangerous. Moving on to the Eagles and 49ers. Boy, oh boy. If you're an Eagles fan, what do? You got the coach. You got the quarterback. You got weapons. But man, oh man, oh man. And you got a great defense. But what hell happened this year? Maybe it's the OC. People have been complaining about the OC not really opening the playbook or using all the assets that he has. But would it be the biggest shock in the world if A.J. Brown walks? If A.J. Brown is no longer an Eagle or gets traded next year? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. And I think that's a pretty basic take. But we'll just have to wait and see. The Eagles are still dangerous. Jalen Hurts I still give him credit for being a great quarterback. He won a Super Bowl. You can't really say anything against that. And he beat the dynasty team at the time, which was I guess they're still kind of, I don't know what you consider. The one bad year does not end the dynasty. If KC's back next year, no, Patrick Mahomes is towards ACL. Well, they killed a dynasty. Let's put it that way. But I don't know what you do. I think maybe you trade A.J. Brown and try and draft a wide receiver to replace, that's a very tall order to do, by the way. It's not just oh, we got rid of him. Oh, we used a draft pick. But it's obviously the locker room's not a great place right now. And I would keep Jalen Hurts over. I would keep A.J. Brown because quarterbacks can last longer than wide receivers. Plus, how old is A.J. Brown? Oh, he's only 28. Uh-oh. I may have spoken too soon. Jalen Hurts, age 27. Oh, all right. I don't know. I'd still keep the quarterback. A.J. Brown is a phenomenal wide receiver. I think he's the top 7 talent in the NFL currently. I think he was criminally underused this year. I do not think they used him properly at all. But I would keep Jalen Hurts over A.J. Brown because it's clear that A.J. Brown has a problem with Sirianni, with upper management, all that stuff. So cut him loose, get what you can for him, or try and appease him in the offseason. Maybe you back up the bricks truck and you pay him off and he's a happy boy again. 49ers are just a good team. They're just a good team. There's nothing more to say about it. Kyle Shanahan's a phenomenal coach. It does suck. Massive wiener that George Kittle popped his Achilles, I think. I don't know if it's been officially released what he did, but it looks like an Achilles pop. It's definitely an Achilles injury. That sucks. George Kittle is the best all-around tight end in the game right now between blocking, pass pro, and catching, and yak after yards after the catch, hands, all the rest of it. So that sucks. That's a major blow. And with an Achilles tear, he's out obviously for the playoffs. He's also going to be out almost all next year. And if I'm San Francisco, I'm going ahead and planting that flag right in the ground saying you're not playing next year. We need you back. So, but CMC is incredible. Wow. 2-touchdown game, both receptions. The Juwan Jennings touchdown pass was awesome to McCaffrey as well. That was a lot of fun, man. This was a fun playoff weekend. That was a fun playoff weekend. And it led into it by, we'll talk about them, the college games. Miami, that was awesome. Miami, Ole Miss was a great game. And then Indiana just kicked the shit out of Oregon. And I don't think... Listen. Indiana's a powerhouse. They're the best team in the nation right now. We have been saying Miami doesn't have a chance since they got into the playoffs. And they have done nothing but prove us wrong. And this, for me, hand up, they absolutely belonged in playoffs. And I'm shocked that it was a discussion. They have proven it time and time again. Now, yes, a lot of my fellow Notre Dame fans would say our problem was with Alabama as well. I mean, yeah, sure, Alabama got the shit kicked out of them by Indiana. But, I don't know, man. This Miami team, Indiana's rolling and they look like the powerhouse and looks like no one's going to stop them. I think it's going to be a good game. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think Miami's going to win. I do think Indiana wins, but I think Miami's going to surprise some people and it's going to be a lot closer than they think. Carson Beck is on a mission. The Miami Hurricanes are on a mission. Don't take them lightly, Indiana. Go into this game like you've gone into every other game and dominate. That's all I can say. And Miami, they're scrappy. They will find a way. They find ways to win. Those 2 losses look bad on their schedule, but look at them since. I don't know, man. I wish we would have made playoffs. This wouldn't have been a discussion. But we've had a hell of a recruiting day. We got a 5-star wide receiver former 5-star wide receiver from Ohio State. We got a former 5-star pass rusher from Alabama. Got a cornerback, I think was a 4-star from Michigan. We've made a couple other moves as well. Things are looking up for us. Have to throw in the Notre Dame minute. I got to do it. I got absolutely murdered on bets this weekend, but we're not going to talk about that very much because I didn't keep track. It was just a bad time. I should have kept track. But we're bouncing back tonight. Houston versus Steelers. My official prediction, and this is going to look very funny tomorrow, my official prediction is going to be 27-21 Texans. However, I can absolutely see a world 24-7 Steelers. That is just the battered Houston fan in me. Hey, we did it. That's 20 minutes. Well, I guess there was 10 seconds cut off from the beginning of this, but that's not your problem. Oh, but I included the intro music, so maybe it is 20 minutes just when I said that. Regardless, thank you guys so much for joining me. This was a quick filler episode. My buddy is out with the flu. Hope he's doing well. I just wanted to talk about football right now. Baseball, there's some going-ons, but I don't have it all written down. It's playoff football season. We had 16 games going into this weekend. We are now down to 6, so it's 10. We're down to 8 games. We got the national championship, and then we got the division round. We got the conference championship, and we got the Super Bowl. So that's 8 games. We just cut our games in half this weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy every second. Absorb it. Then we're jumping in to the NBA, I guess. And then NHL was a lot of fun last year. We're going to jump into that. And then it's going to be baseball season. And after the football season is over, we are going to jump back to once a week. Probably. Yeah. We'll see. But I'd say probably. Maybe we'll just do a quick one-hitter on Thursday or something as like a quick, let's just talk notes. Like, here's a 15-minute little micropod. Oh, well. Anyways, you can find me across all social media at Auric Polaris, AuricPolaris. I finished streaming some Halo 3 Legendary with a couple buddies of mine, and now we're going to hopefully find some time to do Elden Ring this week. Besides that, you can find Jorden across all social medias at Jordan's Thoughts on Twitter and at Moonstamp Sports at all the social medias. Let's see if I can do it, Jorden. YouTube, X/Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I think we still have a Reddit somewhere, and YouTube if I didn't mention that already. I think I did. TikTok, I don't remember. I understand now. Jorden. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Here's to the Texans winning tonight, and we will see you on Thursday for us to record, and Friday you'll hear from us. Love you guys. See you later.